Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to your grammar class. Today we are going to learn chapter number 6, and some portion of it was left, and we are going to learn about the portion which is remaining. Okay, I hope everybody is with their books, and if you think that you have to write something in some rough copy, then you take that also with you so that you may write while I am explaining you all. Okay, so let's begin. Today we are going to learn about emphatic or emphasizing pronouns. In the previous video we have learnt about many pronouns like reflexive, demonstrative and interrogative pronouns. But now today I am going to begin with emphatic or emphasizing pronouns. Here is the definition. A pronoun used to lay emphasis is called an emphatic or emphasizing pronoun. Okay, the main point which you have to keep in mind is a pronoun used to lay emphasis. What is the meaning of laying emphasis on something? Whenever you want to draw attention of the people on some particular word, that is called to lay emphasis on that. So here the particular word we will use in a particular place in a sentence so that we can show the readers that we are emphasizing on the particular word. So here we have learned the formula of reflexive pronoun. I hope you all remember in the previous video we have learned the formula, small formula, this sort of formula of reflexive pronoun. Do not mix up with reflexive and emphatic. They look like quite common and similar, but they are not as similar as you think. In the reflexive we had subject, then verb, then self. But here you can see the difference. In the emphatic we have subject first, then word self will come, myself, yourself, itself, themself, whatever, plus verb. This is, I am talking about emphatic or emphasizing pronoun. I have one example for you from your book. They themselves decorated the stage. Subject is here. You can see according to the formulas, if I will quote the words here, self or selves, this is here, then verb is here. So you can see that how I have put this formula according to the statement. So you have understood that after the subject directly you will get the emphatic pronouns, and in the reflexive pronoun, if you remember, we had verb first and then self. It means in emphatic or emphasizing pronoun we have emphatic pronoun first and after that we have verb. But in reflexive pronoun we had verb first and then your reflexive pronoun. So here in the book it says that in the emphatic pronoun you will get emphatic pronoun comes before the verb, what I have told you just now, and reflexive pronouns comes after the verb. It comes before the verb in emphatic, and in reflexive this will come after the verb. So you can see on page number 39 they have given you the difference. At the end of the page the example is there. They exerted themselves. Can you guess whether this is an example of reflexive or relative? or reflexive or emphatic? Definitely you can make out, because they exerted themselves. Now exerted is your verb and themselves is coming after the verb. So when it is coming after the verb, it means we are having reflexive pronoun. If we will have before the verb, then it is your, what it is? Your emphatic pronoun. Now we have possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns. A pronoun that shows possession is called a possessive pronoun. Alright, it is very simple. A noun which shows possession. Possession means ownership. Those words we call it as possessive pronouns. Suppose something belongs to somebody. How you will indicate that? You will say, this thing is mine. This book is mine. So the word mine, these things are ours. All these words shows possession, that it belongs to me. That is the meaning of possessive pronoun. Very common words are there which we use for possessive pronouns. They are mine, ours, yours, hers, its, his, and theirs. These are the very common words which we use for possessive pronoun. The sentences when we use to show possession, we use these words to show possession in the sentences. I have one example for you from your book. This pen is mine. Now you can see I have used possessive pronoun, isn't it? Mine is one of the words which we use for possessive pronouns. This word I have used here. This pen, it means someone who is speaking the sentence is telling you that this pen belongs to that person. It means he is telling you or she is telling you that it belongs to me. This is what ownership or possession means. Now, dear students, we have a very slight difference between possessive pronouns and possessive adjective. You can turn page number 40. You will get the examples and a very key point by which you can make out the difference between these two. In the note, it is written here the difference between possessive pronouns and possessive adjectives. Possessive pronouns and possessive adjective. Now, what is the difference we are going to see? It says the difference between possessive pronouns and possessive adjective is that possessive adjectives often comes, it says often comes before a noun and describes it, but a possessive pronoun used for a noun and comes after the noun. Okay. We will understand this definition or this point with the help of examples which are there in your book. You have two examples. I will be writing for you. This is my coat. Another example is this coat is mine. Can you see this? This is my coat, this coat is mine. The sense is same. Both the sentences are showing you ownership. Children, possessive adjective and possessive pronouns, their work is to show possession. Both have the same function, but only the difference is that in the possessive adjectives, they are used before the noun. They are used before the noun. See, I will find out where is the noun in the first example. Can you all find out? Yes, this is your noun. If I ask you, can you find anything possessive adjective or possessive pronoun in this sentence? Can you do it? Yes, definitely you will say this. But only the question will be whether this is your possessive adjective or possessive pronoun. So I have told you that possessive adjectives are used before noun. See, possessive adjectives are used before noun. Isn't it? You can see this is your possessive adjective and this is used before noun. So this is the example of possessive adjective. Let's come to the another one. This coat is mine. In the possessive pronouns, you will find that your possessive pronoun will come after the noun. This is your noun again in the sentence and the word mine is there after the noun. I hope these two differences I have made it clear. In possessive adjective, your possessive adjective will be first and after that your noun will be there. But in possessive pronoun, you will have the noun first and then you will have your possessive pronoun. So this is an example of possessive pronoun. I think I have made these two things clear to you. Now we have relative pronouns. Children, what is the meaning of relative pronoun? When you hear the word relative, what comes to your mind? It means you have to create some relation. You are going to form relationship between what that we are going to read. A relative pronoun is one that is used to join sentences or clauses or refers back to the noun going before them. Here it says that what is the work of the relative pronoun? Its work is to join sentences or clauses. We will see how relative pronoun, we have specific words for relative pronoun. They are who, which, that, whose, etc. We have very few common examples I have given you. These we use for relative pronouns. And these words come in between of the two clauses or two sentences, and how beautifully this word joins two sentences as one. We will see example 1. This, okay, I will be reading for you. You must be having your books. You may see example 1. This is the man. Full stop. All praise him. Now, in both the sentences, we are talking about that particular man. This is the man. That man we are talking about. And in the second sentence, it says all praise him. So, how and which word will be used here? It is given. This is the man. This is the man who all praise. This is how your sentences are joined. Dear children, one thing more you have to keep in mind, that the words who, which and that. I'll be telling you about these three words. Who is used for people? Which is used for things? That is used for both. Both means it can be, that can be used for people, indicating people, or indicating things. But particularly who is used for people, which is used for things. So these are the three words I have indicated you for whom you can use these. Now one more very important point is there which I want to highlight. The noun to which a relative pronoun refers back is called its antecedent. Now antecedent, this word you have to keep in mind. Okay, I will be writing one example for you so that you can understand this. This is the man, all praise him. Alright, can you see these two sentences? Now I will explain you. We had these two sentences, separate sentences. This is the man, all praise him. I have joined this with the help of this. So when whatever word I have used to join these two sentences, they are known as your relative pronoun. They are known as relative pronoun. So now can you say the word whom is indicating something in the sentence or someone in the sentence? Can you think, children? This word whom is indicating man. This is the man whom all praise. Or just I will tell you, this is the man. ये वो है आदमी है जिसको, in Hindi we call it जिसको. It means it is indicating this man. And so whichever word the relative pronouns refer or indicates, they are known as your antecedent. What they are known as? Antecedents. Same way in exercise, your example 2. We will see example 2. This is a camera. I bought it yesterday. How I have joined it? This is a camera which I bought yesterday. So the word which is your connector, is connecting. So this is your relative pronoun, and what it is referring, the word which, what it is referring, it is referring camera. In the same manner, so camera is your antecedent. In the same manner, third one, whose is your relative pronoun and friend is your antecedent. Fourth one, who is your relative pronoun and girl is your antecedent. Same way you can find for the fifth one what will be the antecedent of that. So I hope all these three pronouns which I have taught you today, relative pronoun, possessive pronoun and your emphatic or emphasizing pronoun, all these are clear to you. Children, I want you all to revise these things so that you may learn it in a better way. Thank you and have a nice day.